I'm in California to drive a car. This is the Volvo EX90. It's so cute, right? Yeah, I got a Starbucks, feeling kind of cute.
Nick, why are you talking like that?
I don't know what you mean, because this is how I always talk, so.
You never talk like that. Please subscribe.
Right then, this is the new EX90. So this is what Volvo are calling the new era of Volvo. I mean, we've been waiting for this car for a while, haven't we? And it's a bit nice, it's a bit expensive. I'll get onto the price a little bit later on, but it also is a bit nice, isn't it? I mean, you've got the classic Thor hammer headlights, which always look great on a Volvo. We've got massive 22-inch wheels. And then here, you've got the mirrors, and then you also have bonus camera. These door handles go completely flush once the car is moving. Do you like the colour, by the way? It's called Sand Dune. I think it's very nice, quite fitting with our surroundings. And then at the back, a big old juicy boot. Yes, we have a rear wiper. I don't actually know how to open the boot. Is it there? It's there. Ta-da! Decent sized boot. So you've got 365 litres of space back here. That's with all of the seats up, which is really impressive. That is from bottom to top, which also includes the massive space underneath here. Look at that. Get your mucky wellies in there, can't you? Yeah. So if you fold down the rear seats, you've got 1,010 litres of space. And then if you fold down all of the seats, you've got 1,915 litres of room. That is a lot of space. Now, I know what you're thinking. Nicola, hey, this boot is really high up. I've got some heavy stuff and I want to put things inside easier. Not a problem, because there's a button just here and it lowers it. Oh, that's so satisfying. I love that. So you can get things in and out just that little bit easier. Oh, and this does have towing capabilities. I don't know if this one has a, hang on, I'm here. Okay, this one doesn't have a tow bar, but you can opt for a tow bar and it can tow 2,200 kilograms. Very nice. Allow me to show you the front. I've got to open it first, hang on a minute. It's worth the wait, I promise, because it's a good size. Okay, right, where's the thing? There it is. Look at this! That is a very, very decent size. It's also split up into 3 compartments. So you can have your cables in the middle, maybe some snacks and things on the side. And this is a really weird thing to say, but the kind of lining of it is really satisfying to squidge. Like that.
Right, you may have noticed that little thing just at the top of the windscreen. No, it's not a London taxi. No, it's not going to say taxi. Instead, this is a sensor, but not any sensor. So every single version of the EX90 comes with Luminar LiDAR as standard. This thing is so clever. It's not like a normal camera sensor that you get in most cars. This is a full laser radar system. So it's got a panoramic field of view of 250 meters. It sends out tens of thousands of points every second, scanning your journey to make sure that you don't bump into anything. So for an example, this is what it kind of looks like. So you see those little blue things that you wouldn't be able to see with your own eyes if you're driving in pitch black and it's raining? Those are people. And it'll also spot a tyre in the road 150 metres ahead. This thing is super clever. Safety is key, people. I mean, essentially what this means is that in future, autonomous driving will be possible. But here's what Volvo have said. They don't want to send out the beta version. They want it to be absolutely perfect before they actually test out autonomous driving, unlike some brands. Tesla. Interior. It's honestly very plush in here. Very plush, very nice. The quality of all of the materials used in here, it's just stunning. I've just spotted a little Swedish flag. Oh, that's nice. These seats are so lovely as well and so adjustable. You can move these things back and forth. This is all electrically adjustable here. Like that, there you go. Driving position is great. This steering wheel is so lovely to hold. It's all really, really lovely and stunning and refreshing.
Okay, screen-wise, you've got two screens. So you've got the tiny little diddy screen behind the steering wheel, which is similar to like the Polestar 3. That has all of your driving information, like your battery, etc. And also, while you're driving, has your maps, which I think is quite cute. And then the portrait big Volvo screen, which if you're not a fan of big screens, this probably isn't the car for you. I don't mind the screen itself. What bugs me is that everything's in the screen, a bit like the EX30. I wish there was just like a section maybe here where there was knobs and buttons. That's what I would prefer. So everything is in here, like everything. Now, if you've seen the review of the EX30, then you'll know that everything's in the screen and can be a tad annoying because everything that you want to adjust within the car, apart from the seat, is all in here. So if you go onto like the car menu, that's where you can change your mirrors. That's where you can open the boot. That's where you can open the glove box as well. Everything is within the screen. Although I can't lie, it's really intuitive. Got a 360-degree camera. Look at that. That's good quality, that, isn't it? I mean, so far, everything within here has worked really well. I mean, it has a Google brain. So Google Maps, all of that sort of stuff works really well. And obviously with it being Google, it takes traffic into consideration, which doesn't normally happen when you use in-car sat-navs, but it does in this one, which is blooming brilliant. There's also really nice little nods to things. So like on the seat belts, if you can see this, since 1959, written on there. I think it's really cute. And I also really like this little knob bit. That's for like your play and pause and your volume and stuff. Just looks really nice. Gear selector. Now I know on the normal XC90, you normally get that crystal gear lever thing. It's not there anymore. It's now here. So that's your drive, your reverse, and then push into park. But also if you press down again while you're on the motorway or on the highway, that's how you use your adaptive cruise control. It's all set on here. The key is on your phone, bit like a Tesla basically. So you've either got a key card or you can use the app on your phone. So literally as soon as you walk up to the car will unlock. Keep it put in there, which is very nice. Storage, we've got a bit in there with like a little trick floor. So you can put like bonus bits in the bottom and then close that bit off so you can hide stuff. I was given this Volvo bottle, so I'm actually going to use this in every cup holder in this car to make sure that it does actually fit. But it does fit in this one, which is very handy. Got a bit of storage down here, which is where I've put my bag. Door bins, decent size. And the glove box, it's very lovely in here. It feels expensive and it smells expensive as well. It's hard to explain the smell to you, but you sit in the car and you go, I can smell the price. Do you know what I mean? But also 50 kilograms of this car, all the materials that are used in this car, are all like recycled plastic, just biomaterials. Honestly, if you're used to kind of Range Rover quality, but you want an electric car, I think you would go for this. I feel like Range Rover are just missing a trick by not having an EV available, and Volvo have just won the electric car competition by beating Range Rover to it. Because it's a bit lovely.
Oh, a quick heads up, there's no CarPlay in this car yet. Not yet, we're being told. So, it will be coming, hopefully. But on the plus side, this is the mega posh top spec version. So you've got things like soft closed doors, massaging seats for your driver and your front passenger. And if you are really fancy pants and you want to have ventilated seats, make sure you don't opt for the wall blend because they're naturally cooling. So basically any other perforated seat, you can get ventilated seats. Oh, that's nice.
It's very airy back here. Feels very spacious, largely thanks to the panny roof. I'm always a fan of a panny roof. Looks very nice, just makes the whole thing feel way more spacious for your passengers. This is lovely. I feel an urge to ping that and I want to ping it. Pinged it, lovely. Now, what we got going on in here? Oh, where's my, hang on, let me find my bottle. Kind of. It's not really sat at the bottom though, is it? Smaller cup holders in the back. No, that's not good enough, I'm afraid. It needs to be bigger. Also, I've noticed no Isofix in the middle. So if you do have little ones, you've got Isofix on the 2 outer seats, and there are Isofix on the 2 rear seats as well. Also, you can make some more space for the people in the back if you want. It depends on how selfish you are. If you want the leg room, then you're going to put it all the way back, aren't you? You got some climate control down here. You got some heated seats, very nice. There's your fans. Are there any charge ports? Yep, there's a couple of USB-C ports down there. Fans there. What's up here? Lights. Press them. Lovely. Couple of hooks. It's quite nice. Right, I'm going to jump in the back now. Let me move that out of the way. Okay, here we go. Stay there. Okay, so there is a handle here. That's what puts those flat. And then you've got a handle there. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's go for it. Oh. Right, if we put that. Right, so that seat is all the way back. This is all right. I actually have legroom. Like there is the tiniest gap from my knee to the chair, but there is room. And there's also a fan back here, which is nice and cool. Again, yeah, here's the Isofix points. Where's my bottle? Manos, can you pass me my bottle, please? Pass me my bottle, please. I need to do the bottle test. Thank you, because there's a cup holder here. It fits! Yes! Well done. Oh, there's a charge port as well. No one's going to moan back here. This is all right. There's a part of me that wishes that the roof kind of came back to about here, so it didn't feel so dark. Because I think we've got the lighter version of these seats. If you go for darker seats, it's going to feel quite dark back here. But no, it's all right. I'm not complaining. I'm really not. Honestly, as a 36-year-old woman, it's really tricky to find a gracious way of getting in and out of rear seats. It's just not graceful at all, is it? It's just not. Here we go. Go. Yes. Lovely. Bloody hell, this is quiet. This is a very, very quiet car. And so smooth. We're on massive wheels as well. These are 22-inch wheels. And it's just effortless. It's hard to explain because it is such a massive car. And obviously we are in America, so it doesn't feel as massive as what it would eventually when it does arrive in the UK. I feel like once it gets in the UK, it's going to feel even bigger. But it kind of glides and takes corners like a smaller car, which is really, really impressive. You can really put your foot down as well. Boom! Whee! That's great. We've got 517 horsepower in this version. This is like full top spec. This is the twin motor performance version. So do you want to have a guess at what the price of this one is? You ready? The price of this version is £100,555.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a second just to pick your jaw back up. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but hey, stay with me. I'm trying to get my head around this, right? EVs aren't exactly cheap. I mean, we live in a world now where a budget car like a Citroën EC3 is still £21,000. And then if you step up and you want to go for a 7-seater, let's say a Kia EV9 for example, top spec of that is close to £80,000. But hey, this is a Volvo. The materials are way better. It's plusher inside. It feels more expensive. It's got better tech. You know, I'm just trying to put some perspective on it to try and help it make sense.
I mean, if you go for the normal twin motor version, you've got 408 horsepower. That one is worth £96,000, so not that much of a difference. So would you spend the extra £4,000 for the performance version just for a bit of extra speed? Yeah, I think you would. Because if you can reach 96, you can basically reach 100, right? What's the difference? But it's so smooth. Steering feels really nice. driving position is lovely, visibility is great. I said to myself, because I've always loved the XC90. I've always thought it was a really, really lovely car, really good 7-seater family vehicle, and I always liked the way that drove. And I thought, surely the electric version will be just as good, but I didn't want to be that person that would just arrive and go, wow, this is a really great car, but here we are. I'm saying it. It's about on par with the EV9 in terms of the smoothness of driving, I think. This does feel quieter though. It is silent. Yeah, I'm impressed by this. I really, really am. I really am. I feel like, especially in a vehicle so massive, you would just naturally assume that it would feel maybe a bit wallowy, but it doesn't at all. And you do have full one pedal driving that's pretty much just coming on as standard every time we turn the car on. You can turn it off with the button down here, but it will come down to a complete stop. I'm on a quiet road and there's no one here, so I've just lifted my foot off the accelerator and we're going to come down to a complete stop. Oh, marvellous! Well done, Volvo. So on both versions, if you go for the normal twin motor or this, the twin motor performance, you get 374 miles of range, which is very, very good, very good. However, it's not the most efficient car. So even on the press pack that we were given, they were like, you should expect around 2.9 miles per kilowatt hour, which is not great considering they're claiming 374 miles. So I don't know if you're definitely going to get that. We're going to have to do a proper pure test as soon as we get it over to the UK. And especially because it's a 7-seater. If you've got it fully loaded, you've got a load of people in this car and luggage. Nah, you're not getting anywhere near that. Maybe 300, roughly, if you're lucky.
Before we carry on, I want to tell you a little secret. So, the European team have told us that it's got a 111 kilowatt hour battery and a range of 374 miles WLTP. But we spotted a sign. Now obviously we're here in America. WLTP isn't actually a thing over here. They use something completely different called the EPA system. It's a stricter way of calculating range. Just in case you were wondering, right? WLTP is based on mathematics. EPA records the actual number of miles driven in a lab and then adjusted by multiplying by 0.7. It's way stricter, you see. And the sign said 308 miles. Interesting. That's way different to 374. So maybe 308 is more likely. Yeah.
I mean, we have done a variety of roads while we've been here. So we've been in like the city, we've been on the motorway, we've been, what's the motorway called in America? Highway. Been on the highway. And it's just pure quiet in all of it. I mean, there's no road noise, no wind noise, which, considering the fact that this is a massive car and it's basically a big old box, that's pleasantly surprising. Oh, I need to acknowledge the indicator sounds because they're also extremely quiet. I don't know if they're maybe too quiet to the point of where you might forget that you've got them on. So if I indicate left, can you even hear it? It's really quiet. So if you've got music on, which you probably will do because you've got a really good sound system in here, you may have moments where you've forgotten that you've left your indicators on. Just a bit of a heads up. What I do appreciate is actually having maps on the screen right in front of me here, because it means, which we have been doing on this whole entire road trip, that Manos, my fabulous passenger who's sat next to me right now, can have a good old play around with the music and a good old play around with this screen, because it doesn't matter because my maps are on here, so I'll still know where I'm going. We've been listening to all the California songs. Bit of Tupac, bit of Red Hot Chili Peppers, bit of Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, all the Californian themed stuff. Oh, Katy Perry as well. And it has been sounding really good. I mean, we've got the sound system in here. It's brilliant. Proper Dolby Atmos. Like the whole car is just one big speaker. Well, it's not. There's actually 25 speakers, but you know what I mean.
Recording.
Okay, so everything was going really smoothly. And you know how I was talking about how everything was working really well and how great it is. Screen's turned off. It's off. No idea what's happened. It's just completely turned itself off. Luckily, the maps are on this screen here, just behind the steering wheel. So I still know where I'm going. But completely off.
Hey, by the way, we did actually stop and have a burger, and as soon as we got back in the car, the screen turned itself back on, so all good. But we have been told that this version of the software is not currently customer ready, is what we've been told. So there we go.
Okay, so this is quite a sort of bumpy, windy road, but it deals with the windiness so well. Like, there's hardly any body roll, and it just kind of, it turns like a much smaller car. That's largely thanks to the torque vectoring system. I mean, it's all set up in this car really, really well. Nimble, that's what I'd say. She's nimble. I can't get over how quiet this car is.
Charging, very decent. We've got 250 kilowatt DC charging, which means it's 30 minutes from 10 to 80%, and AC charging is 11 kilowatts. Vehicle to load is not available yet, but we have been told that with software updates, it should be coming in the future.
Well, that was a very lovely Californian adventure. Yeah. Lock it. Lock it. Yes. Do I like it? Yeah, I do. Would the screen annoy me? Yeah, it would, but I think eventually you'd kind of get used to it, wouldn't you? Do you know what would be really interesting? If we can get one of these side by side with a Kia EV9, just to really test which one is actually better. Which one would I actually prefer? I mean, I'll be honest, I can't afford either of them. I know which one Nikki would have. But hey, it's been a lovely day. I need to go and do some yoga and have some soda and eat some plastic cheese. Okay, subscribe.